If I may, I'll do a quick story for Mary. It's a story about a dragon. It's a story about the dragon Didnifitin, because and Didnifitin was called Didnifitin because he didn't fit in. Didnifitin was a square dragon living in the land of round dragons. Now, Didnifitin had two major problems. The first problem, you've probably guessed, the problem of trying to live as a square dragon in the land of round dragons. This was a major problem. But Didnifitin had a major problem. And this major problem was he loved being a square dragon. He loved being square because he was a shape-shifting dragon. And as a shape-shifting dragon, he had tried every imaginable shape you could try. He tried being round, he tried being rectangular, he tried being octagonal, which means he did a very difficult shape. Whatever shape you could try, Didnifitin, who didn't fit in, loved being square. It was a solid shape. You didn't roll around, you sat solid on the ground, you could be relied on not to move when you were required to do so. Now, all the terribly well-rounded dragons weren't terribly well-rounded at all. In fact, inside they were all out of shape. And they had a secret. They went to Didnifitin, who lived 1.5 miles in a cottage, in a place called Nowhere. It is everywhere. A rather difficult place to find, but if you're seer enough, you can go to the cottage of Didnifitin. But Didnifitin was being watched. He was being watched by the one called the lawmaker, who made the laws in the world of around dragons. And the law was, if it wasn't round, it was not lawful. And so the officers of the lawmaker dragged Didnifitin before the courts to answer for trying to turn well-rounded dragons who were out of shape into the shape they longed to be. And he was charged under Section 531, subsection C, under the Incitement to Love Act. And when asked how he pleaded guilty as charged, my lord. And so he was charged with hard labour and homework. To serve a sentence of 189 years and he was thrown in the dungeon with chains, and the key was thrown away. And there Didnifitin stayed for 10 minutes. Because Didnifitin was a shape-shifting dragon. And so he became a piece of string, and he made his way out through the keyhole of the prison and along the corridors and out of the prison and back to his little cottage in the place of nowhere that is everywhere. And there he created a pathway where all those out of shape, well-rounded dragons are still coming. But the lawmaker can never find them anymore, because he can change any shape that he wants to. And he stays there in his little cottage and lived happily ever after in the shape that he loved. And although he doesn't fit in truth, he really does.